Hello there. My name is Charles Dixon-Spain, and I am the project leader for Scottish Laird and the Restoration of Dunans Castle. I wanted to talk about Scottish Laird and the generation of the idea to sell decorative titles, both to answer queries and criticisms that we occasionally see on the internet and on social media with regard to how we operate and what we're achieving, and also to just outline how the thing began and how we've structured it to provide what will eventually be a restored building that our lairds and ladies will have the right to come and stay in. And that outline should perhaps answer some of the queries that we get now and again. So to begin with, Sadie and myself bought Dunans Castle in 2003 after it had burned down in 2001 when it was being run as a hotel. That much is public knowledge. When we looked at moving from restoring the house in 2007 to restoring the castle, what became apparent, and had actually been apparent for quite a while, is that the problem that the castle had is that there was this overcapitalization. In other words, we would end up spending twice or three times as much in restoring the castle than it would ever be worth. So for a private individual, it would be an impossible task to renovate. The other thing that became apparent was that there was a great public interest in the building. We were getting regular visits and had been getting regular visits from 2004 onwards, with folks driving up and saying, what's going on with the castle? We love this building. It's lovely to know that you're seeking to restore it. How can we be involved? And so we spent much of 2007, 2008, 2009 considering how we might create a building that has a public use, that finds its funding outside of whatever capital we could raise, and that would involve those people who wanted to be involved. And out of that came the idea of creating a community of lairds and ladies. Now, we of course looked at a membership scheme, just a straightforward membership scheme. And the problem with that was that whilst it would give us a core of motivated folks, it wouldn't get us the market penetration or the ability to contact a wide number of people across the world as would a gift pack. And the gift pack of a decorative title also seemed to be appropriate because it was a very Scottish thing, this idea that by owning a bit of land, you could then be called laird or lady laird, or lord or lady. And that seemed to me and to Sadie a way of creating that initial interest in the project, so that you could gift it or receive it and you'd think, oh, what a lovely gift, I'm now laird or lady. And then look at the associated material and think, oh, actually, no, this is also a project I can be involved in, a project that connects me directly to a place in Scotland, not least because I own a square foot, but also because this is helping restore a really lovely heritage building. So that was the generation of the idea, and that idea of community has carried us through the succeeding years, which has been both a comfort because it means that every week I get to talk to folks who are just as enthusiastic about the project as we are, but it also means that we then have, well, we've now got over 400,000 lairds and ladies across the world who, when we have restored the castle, will be looking or seeking to book a week staying in the castle. That for me means that we then have a sustainable business model once we've got the restoration going. So given that that is our aim, where have we got to? how does our idea of having this community membership, paying for the restoration, helping get this castle back and running, how's it gone? So in 2013, we commissioned architect Robin Kent to begin the project. And beginning the project meant doing an assessment of both the building and the associated bridge, as well as creating a conservation plan. And we published that as a book in 2014. That same year, we also undertook an archaeological dig of the bridge. And alongside a couple of surveys that we'd had in 2003 and also in 2012, we discovered that there was no doubt that this was a Thomas Telford bridge. Historic Scotland had said, well, can you prove it? And by doing the archaeological dig, we did. And if you want to know more about that, there'll be a video about how we actually established it. But the other things that we did that have been associated with Scottish Laird are the repointing of the parapet wall on the bridge, the repointing of the west arch of the bridge, the north face of the bridge, and also the clearance of the castle. And in 2020, we acquired 250 acres adjacent to the castle, which had always been part of the castle grounds, and which we restored to the castle. The advantage there is that we are going to plant a woodland, which will become a carbon offset scheme, and the monies we raise through the carbon offset scheme will give us the first tranche of capital to actually get into the castle and start working on it piecemeal. And by working on it piecemeal, we'll then be able to bootstrap the next stages. That's how far we got. We've still got a long way to go, but we can see now an ability to move into the restoration phase in a way which is not going to disadvantage either the building or the company that's doing the restoration. And talking about the company and talking about why this project has a level of credibility that perhaps other title projects might not, the first thing to say is that it's a Scottish company, that it's based in Scotland at the castle, it pays taxes in Scotland, employs people in Scotland, and all of our products are manufactured in Scotland as much as possible. That means that whatever we achieve with the restoration, we have already contributed to the Scottish economy. We calculate through the visits that our lairds and ladies have made to the castle over the years, we have generated for the Scottish economy something like £2.5 million per annum. And that's not including anything that the Scottish Laird project makes. We think that in itself makes it worthwhile doing. So to summarise, Dunans Castle and the Scottish Laird project is achieving on an annual basis. If you are interested and you're not yet a laird or lady, please get yourself a decorative title. And that will allow you not only to subscribe to our Lairds and Ladies newsletter, where I give you detail about the ongoing progress on a weekly, monthly basis, but it also means that you will be able to wear our tartan, the Dunans Rising tartan. Have a look on the website, it's truly beautiful, because you only qualify to wear that tartan if you have helped with the restoration of Dunans Castle. Reinforcing this idea that it's all about the restoration. It's all about saving a piece of built heritage in the Scottish landscape, about ensuring that the stories and the culture associated with this lovely place remain in situ and remain part of the local cultural landscape. We're very proud of it, and we hope that as lairds and ladies, you are also proud of it. Thanks very much for listening and viewing, and I hope that that's answered some questions you might have about the Scottish Laird project and Dunans Castle. Thanks so much.